Russian attack kills 8, including toddler, in eastern Ukraine. Rescue workers dig for survivors after Russian missile attack on a block of apartments in Sloviansk, Donetsk region. At least 8 people, including a toddler, have been killed in a Russian missile attack on a residential area in the eastern Ukrainian city of Sloviansk, police and the governor said. The attack on the quiet neighborhood on Friday came as Russian President Vladimir Putin signed a bill that will make it easier to mobilize citizens into the army and block them from fleeing the country if drafted. The governor of the Donetsk region, Pavlo Kirilenko, told national television that 7 Russian S-300 missiles had been fired at Sloviansk, west of the city Bakhmut, the site of the heaviest fighting on the Ukrainian front line. As of now, casualties at all sites. 21 people were injured and 8 people have died, Kirilenko said on national television. Kirilenko said there were no fewer than 7 spots hit. In Sloviansk, west of the city Bakhmut, the site of the heaviest fighting on the Ukrainian front line, Ukrainian police said on Twitter that a child died in an ambulance after being pulled out from the rubble. Ukraine's First Lady Alina Zelenska said the child was a 2-year-old boy and sent her condolences to the family during this indescribable grief. The evil state once again demonstrates its essence, President Volodymyr Zelensky wrote in a post accompanied by footage of a damaged building. Just killing people in broad daylight. Ruining, destroying all life. Shocked residents. Ukrainian police said 10 buildings were damaged in the assault. They said the 2 top floors of a 5-story building had collapsed after the attack and a fire had broken out opposite the site. Rescue teams were combing through the affected area. I live on the opposite side of the street, and I was sleeping a little when I heard this huge boom and I ran out from my flat. 59-year-old resident Larissa told the AFP news agency. I was really scared and in a state of shock, she said, adding the impact of the shelling had broken her windows and sent shards of glass flying throughout her home. I heard a woman screaming, "There's a child here, there's a child here." She was screaming so much. Putin signs conscription bill. More than a year after Moscow launched its offensive in Ukraine, fears were high in Russia that the government was planning a new mobilization drive after a bill was rushed through parliament this week to create a digital draft system. Under the legislation, which Putin signed Friday, a draftee would be banned from traveling abroad and would have to report to an enlistment office once electronic call-up papers are received.